It is Sunday, October the 9th, 2022. Welcome to LCJ Live. We are back. We are back. Had a week off, making sure we are live here. I'm waiting to get the feed here on the laptop. I think we're good. Yes. Back here after a week off. Was in Philly last Sunday for the Eagles game in the remnants of Hurricane Ian. Wow, it was intense. It rained the entire time. Got there about 10:30-ish and stayed till 4:30, 5 o'clock. Rained the entire time. But they won! They're 4-0. They are undefeated today. I hope they stay that way. Fly, Eagles, fly. It was so fun being there. And I am back from New York Comic Con. New York Comic Con was great. It was on Thursday. I went to a bunch of animation panels. You can see some of the cool swag I got from Legend of Korra, from Cropopolis, Big City Greens, and I'm wearing this exclusive shirt. It is of Bowser's hand because they debuted the Super Mario Brothers trailer at New York Comic Con. I was in there with the thousands who watched it twice. They played it twice. Jack Black showed up, answered some questions. We all got these exclusive t-shirts. It's got the logo of the movie on the back. I'm going to post it later today. Awesome shirt. Loved it. Loved the experience of it. Loved New York Comic Con. I'm going to get into more of that here in just a second here on LCJ Live. As always, you can send in your questions and your comments if you're watching live right now on YouTube, the new home for LCJ Live. If you're watching us, this Cora Pinsman. I'll leave it right there. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. The new home for LCJ Live, live on Sundays. If you're watching us after the fact, that is very nice as well. But if you're here, send in your questions, your comments, your thoughts on the movies and the weekend. Let's get to the box office. First, I want to make an acknowledgement to Top Gun Maverick, as I just posted a little while ago. Thank you, Top Gun Maverick, for your 19 consecutive weeks in the weekend box office top 10. You leave us after 19 weeks. What's up? Happy Sunday, Pizza Man CJM. Thank you for being here on LCJ Live. Thank you for your 19 weeks, Top Gun Maverick. You are making almost $715 million total now. You were in it for 19 weeks, over 6 months. End of May to the beginning of October. Amazing. You leave us after 19 weeks. We salute you, Top Gun Maverick. Amazing performance at the box office. Top Gun Maverick leaves, so what comes in? Well, a couple new movies, but not your number one. Smile is your number one movie for the second weekend in a row, which I bet you Paramount did not see coming, especially with such a small drop. It made $22.6 last weekend. This weekend, $17.6. Amazing hold, especially for a horror movie, and especially considering I think horror fans are going to go see Halloween Ends next weekend, or maybe watch it on Peacock. So the fact that horror fans still came out to see Smile in a second weekend, it's fantastic for that movie, for Paramount, for theaters. It's up to $49.9, basically $50 million after 10 days. Wow. It's going to make more money than Jackass Forever and get into Paramount's top 5 releases of 2022 at the box office. Because Jackass Forever totaled $57.7, I believe. Amazing. Nobody saw this coming. Especially considering you had 2 big movies this weekend. I thought one of them was going to be a clear winner, and that being Lyle, Crocodile. But excuse me, Lyle Crocodile kind of had the same performance for Sony this weekend that they had last summer 2021, with Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway. Michelle, the Oreo head, it's a spooky Sunday. Hello, Michelle. Thanks for watching LCJ Live. So Peter Rabbit 2 opened to about $10.5 million in June of 2021, totaled $40 million. Lyle Crocodile, $11.5 million this weekend. Another $1.9 million they're estimating for tomorrow for the Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, day off for kids from school. 1.9, I feel like it's even low for that, but maybe it'll make more than that. But so 13.4 for the long weekend. Posted this the other day. I was thinking that this Lyle Crocodile, which I have not seen, Sony did not send out an early link for this. I unfortunately wasn't able to talk to anybody for my animation outlet, Animation Scoop. They did not make people available. Not always a great sign. Very similar, Lyle Crocodile, to Clifford the Big Red Dog, which came out last year from Paramount in November. Clifford had a long weekend, which included Veterans Day, kids off of school. And it had a start of $16.6 million in that Friday through Sunday period, but starting the previous Tuesday through Sunday, 22.2. So basically it opened to 22.2, made 49 total. If you look at this Lyle, 13-4 in its extension is not nearly what Clifford did. Maybe families thought this is too similar to Clifford. Maybe families thought, gosh, I don't know if this looks all that good. I don't know if we want to waste the money and the time. Maybe we got other things to do over this holiday weekend. Maybe it'll do okay over the next several weeks, because the interesting thing about Lyle is it's the first major theatrical family movie release since DC League of Super Pets, which came out at the end of July. So we had a lack of family content, and yet here comes your big new family movie, and it doesn't do so hot out of the gate. And there's not a lot coming. When you look at the next several weeks, I mean, when you look at the next 6-7 weeks, up until Disney's Strange World animated movie coming out at Thanksgiving time, not a lot for families to choose. Live action wise, animation wise, there's not going to be a lot there. Some families will go see Black Adam. Some families will go see Black Panther. But you're waiting until Thanksgiving time, and this one out of the gate's not doing so well. That is really interesting. Remember, Puss in Boots was supposed to come out at the end of September, but Universal pushed that to Christmas. We'll see if that decision pays off. What do you think about the Minions being back in theaters, says Michelle? Maybe Minions is in some other theaters in other parts of the country. I know it's still playing in places. It's still making money. It's up to $367 million. It's doing really well. The Super Pets is up to 92 some million and change. It's still in a bunch of theaters. Really interesting, these Lyle results this weekend. And Minions is doing really well. It continues to do that. Let's talk about Amsterdam. Whew. Not a good movie, guys. Not a good movie. I gave it an F. You want to read my review, go to the website, lights-camera-jackson.com. It's one of the worst movies of the year. It's an absolute mess. Yeah, and it only made $6.5 million this weekend on an $80 million budget. Remember, Disney and 20th Century originally were going to put this out November 4. About 6 or 7 weeks ago, they said, nah, we're going to open it October 7 instead. That was not a great sign. And the buzz already wasn't spectacular because of the history of David O. Russell and just the involvement in this movie. It's his first film in 7 years since Joy with Jennifer Lawrence. And as I put on social media yesterday, and as I wrote at the end of my review of this movie, this is a 100% true story. Was at Critics' Choice in 2016, January 2016. Joy was nominated for Best Comedy. Jennifer Lawrence was nominated for Best Actress, though the film didn't have as many nominations overall and didn't get the kind of universal acclaim that The Fighter, Silver Linings Playbook, and American Hustle did, his 3 previous films that had come out just in the past few years. And I like Joy. I like Joy more than The Fighter. Not nearly as much as Silver Linings Playbook and American Hustle, but I was glad Jennifer Lawrence got nominated because she was fantastic. I also thought Bradley Cooper was great. The whole QVC section in the middle of Joy, I think, is spectacular. The beginning, the first and third acts of the movie aren't great. But anyway, it's still a good movie. I thought it's still a good movie and a great lead performance. So I go up to David O. Russell, who I'd never met before, and I said, nice to meet you, shake his hand. We were towards the front area near the stage on one of the, I think, the left side. And I said, congratulations on Joy, Jennifer Lawrence being nominated. And he apologizes immediately. I'm so sorry. I will come back with a better one. And it shocked me. And here is an Academy Award nominated writer-director, a very popular, famous director, made all these movies, who just out of the gate, out of the blue in our conversation, just apologized to me for Joy, a film I genuinely liked. And he apologized for it. I'll come back with a better one. You know, because the expectations were so high at that time, because he had done so well awards-wise with The Fighter and with Silver Linings and American Hustle. Best Picture nominees, acting nominees, directing, writing nominees, and winners in some cases. And because Joy wasn't quite there, and Joy didn't have quite the box office impact to the others, he was just like, I'm so sorry. It was shocking to me that a director of a big movie that is nominated that night apologized for it. He said, I'll come back with a better one. Unfortunately, Amsterdam is not it. It is just incredibly boring, artistically bizarre. Performances are weak across the board. I don't even think any of the actors were interested in the material. They didn't even understand the material. Yeah, it is shockingly dull. It is shockingly disappointing. It doesn't even feel like a legitimate movie. There's no arc. There's no substance. There's no point. I sat in the theater Friday, and I was one of only 3 at the theater at the first showing of the day. I was like, what is going on? What is happening here? It's just, it's an unstoppable train. It just keeps going and going, and it moves fast in terms of continuing to be out of control, but slowly but surely adds elements of just doesn't make sense. Illogical. I don't understand what's happening here. It is a mess. Amsterdam's a mess and a box office bomb on an $80 million budget to pay all of these actors. Some have bigger roles than others. I feel bad for Taylor Swift. There's a key moment involving her that I'm sure she wants to forget about in terms of her career. If an acting career, she really wants to get into that. Yeah, it's I'm shocked at just how unsuccessful it is. And yeah, that's Amsterdam. 20th Century has Avatar coming out at the end of the year. They need a box office juggernaut, and that's got to be the one. Michelle wants to know thoughts on the Mario trailer. I like the Mario trailer. I think it's fun. I want to hear more of Chris Pratt's voice. When we get a little more, I think judging his voice performance based off of 2 lines is ridiculous. And you can actually tell if you care to really listen, and I noticed it right away because I've been in this world a long time in animation and you pick up on things. He does do a couple things with his voice in both of those lines. There are little things he does with his voice to try to give us a Mario that he wants us to hear. Again, it's 2 brief lines. We barely heard what he's going to do with this voice performance. You got to wait till there's more. The outcry on social media when it comes to that is ridiculous. All right, let's get into some more of the box office results. Although my feed is frozen for a second. Let me see. Michelle says agree. Very good. Just going to check and make sure we're still going here. Whoop. Oh, okay. There we go. I think we're back now. Sorry about that. I think we're back. If you missed my thoughts on Mario, I'm basically saying we got to wait till the full trailer, or a full trailer with more lines of dialogue, the full movie, to hear more of what Chris Pratt can do with his voice performance. Let's get to more of the box office. The Woman King. Its holds over the last several weeks have been very good. 5.3 million. It's at 54.2. Don't Worry, Darling, 3.5. It's at 38.5. Not doing quite so hot after a decent weekend number 1. Avatar re-release, 2.6 million. It's at 23.3. Barbarian and Bros, both with 2.2 million this weekend. Barbarian's up to 36.5. Bros at just under 9 million. And rounding out your top 10 this weekend are Ponniyin Selvan with 894,000. It's at 5.7. And the new horror movie Terrifier 2, which made 825,000 over the weekend, 1.2 million over the long weekend. Couple new movies opened up in select theaters. One of them is Tar, starring Cate Blanchett, a Best Actress contender. 160,000 in 4 theaters, just 4. Per screen average of $40,000, very strong. Also this weekend, Triangle of Sadness from Neon, the Palme d'Or winner, 210,000 in 10 theaters with a $21,000 per screen average. That's pretty good for Neon. Halloween Ends opens this coming weekend. It's the big theatrical release. It's also on Peacock. Halloween Kills made 50 million last October in its first weekend, and then only totaled 92 because a lot of people watched it on Peacock. How will this one do? I think it'll do okay, but based off these Smile numbers, maybe not quite as big as they were expecting. I've seen Rosalind, the big Hulu movie with Caitlin Dever that's coming out this Friday. I'll have more of my thoughts on Rosalind, a new spin on Romeo and Juliet, coming at you later this week. Let's quickly talk about New York Comic Con. I had a great time, and you're going to see some AnimationScoop.com pieces over the next week and a half, as well as some LCJ Q&A podcast episodes. You're going to have new episodes coming with the makers of Bat Wheels and Henry Selick for Wendell and Wild, along with the hosts of the Avatar Bringing the Elements podcast from Nickelodeon. I talked with them. That's coming later this week. Also an Animation Scoop Q&A with one of the puppet makers, the puppet maker of Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. That is coming this week. And when it comes to New York Comic Con, the Avatar podcast hosts, along with Big City Greens from Disney, going to have that piece for you soon. Also, Velma talked with Mindy Kaling about the new Velma series. And some Hulu shows, Koala Man Solar Opposites and the Poloni Show Halloween Special. So, Joey says, what element would you like to bend the lights? Yeah, for Avatar, we got? Fire and water and air. Water would be cool, I think. Since it's a spooky season, says the Golden Oreos. A lot of Oreo ones here today. What's a favorite scary movie that you watch around this time of year? Ooh, that's a good question. Scary fun is like Nightmare Before Christmas. Love talking with Henry Selick about that. He has some great stories on that. Scary movies. Boy, Silence of the Lambs is scary. There's some other ones I really like, and a lot of people have been writing this last couple years. Dr. Sleep and The Shining, both of them are excellent films. Stephen King fans, check out Mr. Harrigan's Phone. It is on Netflix right now. New movie, premiered Wednesday, based on a 2020 Stephen King short story. Psychological thriller. And it's got Jaden Martell and Donald Sutherland. Donald Sutherland is perfect in this movie. It's a supporting role, but his dialogue, his conversations with Jaden Martell, really good. I mean, I don't think it's a performance that people are going to say, oh, let's nominate him for Best Supporting Actor. But dang, when you get a legend like him and come in, do it well. And that is Donald Sutherland in Mr. Harrigan's Phone. Check it out on Netflix because it's a good movie. John Lee Hancock. Fantastic again. Look at his career. The Blind Side, Saving Mr. Banks, The Founder, The Highwaymen. I'm forgetting something. I know I am. The Rookie he also did with Dennis Quaid. His resume is excellent. The Little Things, that's what I was forgetting. Denzel, Jared Leto, Rami Malek from last year was very good. Yeah, he's on a good run. He wrote Snow White and the Huntsman as well. One of my favorite directors because he can allow his actors to shine, which he does in this movie again. And he creates great atmospheres, places you want to be, and environments you want to experience. HBO Max has the unrated version of Dr. Sleep. It is terrific, says Ezra Plays. Very cool. Check out Dr. Sleep. I wish it made more money when it came out in theaters. It's a very good movie. Ewan McGregor. Oh, we haven't been here on LCJ Live since I saw Raymond and Ray, and Ethan Hawke was at that post-screening Q&A at the Woodstock Film Festival. That was fun as well. Raymond and Ray. I didn't love Raymond and Ray, the movie, but I got to meet director Rodrigo Garcia, see Ethan Hawke. It was great to be there at the Woodstock Film Festival, so that was a lot of fun. So a lot of great things have been happening. More film festivals, more screenings, more award season buzz on the way. Lots of animation interviews, animationscoop.com, LCJ Q&A podcast episodes, including the 250th coming this week and early next week, and some more exciting news I'll be able to share with you soon. If you want to pre-order a copy of my new book, My Very Rocky Christmas, go to shoptbmbooks.com. From now to the end of the month, Halloween, if you pre-order between now and October 31st, you will get a signed copy of the book. So if you want to pre-order it, and some of the proceeds go to Nature Conservancy and planting trees, if you want to do that, My Very Rocky Christmas, shoptbmbooks.com. Pre-order now through October 31st to get a signed copy of the book. All right, we covered a lot here on today's LCJ Live. Fly, Eagles, fly. For more, go to Twitter at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at LightsCamJackson, lights-camera-jackson.com. Those new podcast episodes coming to lcj.podbean.com this week. And new pieces all week and early into next week at animationscoop.com. Looking forward to sharing that with all of you. If you were watching this live, thank you. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you. We're doing this every Sunday here, LCJ Live, now on YouTube, youtube.com/lightscamerajackson. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And turn on those notifications to know, and just know in your mind that it's every Sunday at noon Eastern. When we are back here next Sunday, we'll see how, Halloween Ends does in the theaters and the Peacock viewership. We will preview how Black Adam and Ticket to Paradise will do. Ticket to Paradise is doing really well overseas. It's already made $60 million. So Universal could have a hit on their hands here in North America as well. We'll see. We will preview those movies. And Banshees of Inisherin is coming out, and some other films. So we'll take a look at all of that next Sunday. And again, if you want to read my full review of Amsterdam, go to the website. It's right there. Thank you for watching LCJ Live. I am Lates Camera Jackson, and I will see you next Sunday. And Craig Robinson, if you're watching this, I dropped off a Pizza Hut, a pepperoni pizza to Craig Robinson last night. Hope he enjoyed it. No one out pizzas LCJ. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.